naglikay sila or naligsan, and then nakakos og aksidente. And then we also have reported cases of dog bites, and this will later be explained by our city health officer on the number of cases per week, per day, per month on animal bites. And then we also have uncontrolled growing population of stray dogs and cats. And this was, again, observed by our city vet. If we can remember, since the start of Asenso administration in 2019, the then mayor, now Congressman Ando Waminal, has already started the strong implementation of impounding stray dogs or stray animals. But to date, we still are facing the growing population of these stray dogs and cats. And the anti-rabies vaccine supply, because many are still inquiring on how to get the government's free anti-rabies vaccine, and later again, this will be explained by our city health officer. And cases of animal bite, so we need animal bite treatment centers that are set up here in Osami City, and this ordinance will address this concerns. So we have pictures here of some reported cases on accidents or injuries caused by stray dogs. So this one, yahang leg na butangan og stainless kay nabali. Next. And this one also bruises sa shoulder, sa knee, and then sa chin, no, nakat ang chin kay nilagpot na siya. And this one is also in 2024, pangus-pangus pod tungod kay naglikay sa iro. This one, the arm is broken because again of stray animals. So this proposed ordinance is based on RA 9482, which is the Anti-Rabies Act of 2007, which detailed the regulation, the provision, and the management of the following: rabies control and prevention. This includes mass vaccination of dogs, if we have that in our city, and yes, we have. The impounding of dogs or other animals, immunization, if we have, and treatments on animal bites, and responsibilities of pet owners. So what should the pet owners do? Up to what extent ang ilahang responsibility with regards to animal bites or causing accidents, pets. The government agencies that are involved in implementing this RA 9482. So this would involve the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Health, the DepEd, the LGU's function, roles as to how to strengthen the national law, and the participation of NGOs. So this also includes the mga impounding measures and disposition guidelines of impound dogs or animals. And then dog population control and the penalties, which range from, kung based on national law, it range from 500 to 25,000. So we dig out some ordinances that we have here. So the last ordinance on stray animals was in December 1968. So it's already impractical. It's not applicable anymore. With the penalty there is 20 pesos a day only for impounding of the dog or of the animals. That ordinance included pagani, mga cattle, and mga big domestic animals. So it's high time already that Osamis should develop an ordinance on this, addressing these problems to suit the needs of our city and based on that RA 9482. So may I proceed, Mr. Chair, for the draft ordinance?
Please proceed.
So the title of our ordinance is an ordinance regulating the ownership and handling of dogs and cats in Osamis City. We might be wondering why there is no anti-rabies words there, and stray animals wala po din na makita, because as we go along to our full ordinance, we will be putting emphasis on the handling and regulating the ownership and of dogs, of animals, especially dogs and cats, kay sila manggod karon ang dako gyud nga gahatag og problema, stray nga makita nato sa dalan. We cannot see anymore mga carabaos, cattle, and goats in our city, but dominant ang ato ang dogs and cats. So we will skip the whereases. So we go to section 2, the scope and coverage. The focus. Focus pa? Takdo ba? Of compliance or non-compliance shall be the physical domicile and whereabouts of dogs and cats themselves. As regards the prohibition against stray, all dogs and cats physically within the territorial jurisdiction of Osamis are covered by this ordinance. So, within Osamis City, within the 51 barangays of Osamis City. So in this ordinance, we are requiring dogs and cats to be registered and be submitted for vaccination before a licensed veterinarian upon reaching 90 calendar days of age. Such vaccination shall be clearly and legibly indicated by the veterinarian in the dog's or cat's vaccination card or booklet. And subsequent vaccination schedule shall also be prescribed clearly and legibly in the same card booklet. So we need to register our pets. So letter C, the blue-colored niyang ink, because this is subject for discussion later as we will gather your inputs on this matter. Each newly vaccinated dog or cat must be presented to the barangay office for registration purposes, and a payment of 50 pesos per dog or cat shall be due to the barangay as registration fee. In line with this, the barangay shall keep a master record of all vaccinated dogs and cats per household within their jurisdiction. The record shall indicate the number, the breed, and the gender of the dogs or cat per household. The barangay shall conduct surprise inspection of household to monitor compliance with this provision. So, natay gi-propose nga na ay 50 pesos registration purposes. This is to control the population of the dogs, no? So that we can be ensured nga kani nga iro na itag-iya and kani nga iro vaccinated ba ni siya or dili, because when we register we have to show the dog book. Letter D. Vaccination booklets of a particular dog must never be used for another. So dili pwede mag-switch or dili pwede i-recycle or ipasa-pasa sa lain nga animals. Letter E, the master record, in the master record, each dog or cat shall have a unique serial code. So this is in blue color because we still don't have, maybe we still don't have the system to use a serial code. So this is still subject for debate and discussion later. Section 4. Prohibition against strays. As a general rule, and this is also in RA 9482, all dogs and cats at all times are to be properly leashed, caged, or in any other way kept within the enclosed premises of the owner. So whether buhian or hiktan, basta naa siya sa sulod sa premises of the owner. For fenced homes, the dog must be within the fence perimeter, inside. For homes without fences, the dogs must be kept inside the owner's house or inside enclosed locked dog houses. Cats, on the other hand, must always be within the owner's house or inside enclosed cat houses. Number 5, what about when we go out? So dogs and cats may be allowed outside the premises of the owner, provided that when outside, the dogs or cats must be kept on leash. Naagid siya hikot. Na siya dog collar, na siya hikot. Within fenced subdivisions, dogs or cats may be allowed to go off leash during recreational hours within the enclosed perimeter of the subdivision, but must always be in the close supervision of the actual handler. After the recreational hours, such dogs and cats must be returned to the premises of the owner, as provided in the section 4 above. Recreational hours within the meaning of this section shall refer to the hours within any particular day wherein pets are allowed to roam free within the subdivision or village. The exact hours shall be determined by the homeowners association of the concerned subdivision or the like. Like usahay mag-exercise ta sa dogs, kinahanglan naagid siya collar, then kinahanglan ang dog naagid siya owner nga nagtupad sa iya ha. So that it will not be considered as stray. Dogs and cats found uncompliant in section 4 katong gimension nato ganina shall be considered strays. For example, any dog or cat found roaming freely in the public places, streets, alleys, parks, school grounds, markets, or other public areas without leash, harness, or other physical restraint, and not under the immediate control of a responsible person, except for those in dog, cats, or animal parks that the owner is diligently aware of the whereabouts of his dog or cat at all times. So kung ang dog o cat mag-roam freely without even with collar or without harness, considered na siya as stray. So any dog or cat found on private property without the consent of the property owner or lawful occupant, nanilingan atong iro, it's considered, or cat, the cat is now considered as stray. Any dog or cat that has escaped from its owner's premises and is found of the property without immediate retrieval by the owner or our responsible persons. Usahay kaning mga wala nga iro kay nakabuhi, but when they are outside the streets, they are already considered as stray. Any dog or cat that is abandoned by owner and is no longer provided with care and sustenance, kanang mga iring panglabay lang sa kilid, sa dalan, and then i-abandon, or dogs and cats nga buhian na lang, dili na gibiyaan na sa tag-iya. Those found within designated dog, cat, pet, animal parks outside of allowed hours. Kung wala na recreational hours, then nabilin pa ang mga pets nato, they are already considered as stray. Those found within subdivision or village premises roaming off-leash outside recreational hours, again, katong naglaag-laag. So, they are stray. Such dogs or cats shall be immediately apprehended and brought to the city impounding facility. So, those dogs or cats that are, katong dimension nato sa mga red letters, they can be impounded right away. They shall be released to the owner or his authorized representative upon payment of impounding fee of 30 pesos per day. A day shall not be divisible into hours for purposes of this provision. We cannot say, 1/2 day raman ninyo gi-impound, so 15 pesos sa akong bayad. So it's still 30 pesos. In cases where the enforcer conducting the apprehension of the stray dog or cat is a BPAT personnel or the barangay animal control focal person, the dog or cat shall be placed in a barangay animal shelter facility pending transportation of the city to the city impounding facility. So this proposed ordinance requires every barangay to have a temporary shelter for those dogs that you are going to impound. You need to put up a temporary pounding facility for these animals before and wait for the owner to claim, and after wala na mo claim, that's the time you will call our city vet to have these animals transferred to the city pound. The owner shall be charged with one-time apprehension fee of 20 pesos per dog or cat. Down sa. The fund. So the construction, maintenance, and development of such barangay animal shelter shall be sourced from the general fund of the barangay. Blank lang na siya. We will discuss that topic later. The owner shall be charged with, again, 20 pesos per animal. Other than the per day ninyo nga charging, this shall be added to the impounding fee, muna ni, and shall be remitted by the city treasurer to the barangay concerned a reasonable time after full payment of all fees by the owner claiming the animal. So, in keeping with this section, the concerned barangay personnel shall carry out random patrols to ensure that the incidents of stray dogs or cats in their barangay are minimized and eventually eliminated. The precise scheduling is left to the sound discretion of the barangay animal control focal person. So, Section 7, taas pa ba ni? Dogs and cats unclaimed after 3 days from the date of impounding shall be put up for adoption to applicants willing and able to pay the impounding and apprehension fees and to care for the dogs and cats. The owner may still claim the animal put up for adoption, provided that no applicant has yet expressed any interest to adopt, and provided that the owner pays an impounding penalty of 100 pesos per calendar day beyond the original 3-day impounding per dog or cat in addition to the regular impounding fee. For example, lapas na 3 days, ika-4th day, increase na ang ato ang fee, nag-100 na siya. So as soon as possible, kung mawala ang animals sa inyong pets, dapat i-claim na dayon if ever na impound siya sa ato ang barangay or sa city. Dogs or cats unclaimed